Greetings, Minecrafters! Nonsanity here, and welcome to episode 10 of Stoneblock 3. And I paused there because I lost episode 10. I don't know where it went. It's all this switching around to different computers to try and avoid crashes. I'm on my third computer because I already filmed the next episode where I say I'm on my third computer. But I was on a second computer when I first made this episode, so yeah, it's getting hard to keep track. So we're going to have to redo episode 10 here, which is not a problem. It's similar to what I normally do, and there's a little piece of pipe floating here from some other construction. Missed that one. Alright, yeah, next episode will be these project chests and a couple of others that are already gone. But for now, I made a new room over here for Botania. And because I put down grass, I slapped a, what's this called, dread lamp to keep the sheep and pigs and cows and chickens and horses and donkeys and drigmies and whirligigs or whatever they're called. Keep them from spawning in here. Alright, so, Botania. First things first, Petal Apothecary. Now this one is a mossy cobble apothecary. Don't make that one first, because the quest book really wants you to make the cobble one. It doesn't count this for the quest book. So if you care about the quests, don't make this one. But I've got it here surrounded by 5 stairs that are waterlogged, and they will keep it filled with water automatically now. It's a new feature of Botania. So if I toss in 4 petals and a seed, see, it fills right back up again. And let's do that again. And put the seeds down. We now have 2 pure daisies. And I'm going to stick them over here. And they're going to make us the living wood and living stone that we need to progress. But of course, we're going to automate it, because why not? And I'm going to use some builders. Some cards. And some other stuff. So, let's see here. I'm going to put down the 4 builders along here. And we're going to power them from below, I guess. And what they're going to do is they're going to place and pick up the various materials that these things are going to work on. The outer 2 will be the placers. So I'm going to take a... Let's see, I should get some stone and logs. Where are some logs? There we go. So this will be logs, I guess. And they will be in all of these spots. So if you crouch right-click that, it says now select the first corner. Right-click that one. Second corner, right-click that one. And right-click to put it back in the machine. So it's going to be placing blocks in the space selected by that corner and that corner, which is all these. And there's already something in the middle, so it won't do anything there. It's going to be taking from above, so above we're going to toss in the rest of the wood. Just takes 1. And we're going to stick a switch on the front. So now if I were to pick these up before they're finished converting and flip the switch, it places the logs for us. And we can do the same thing for stone over here. The other card, here it is. Crouch right-click, corner, corner, right-click. Put a switch on it and, well, won't do anything because it's already there. And I can't ultimine that. Oh, gotta teach it stone. There we go. It pulls from the inventory above it, or below it. Alright, so now those 2 are placing. Now we need to pick up the final product. So, we're going to do the same thing this time with a clearing quarry. Card. Right-click that one. Same corners. Put it in. And right-click that one, same two corners, put it in. Now, these things are off, and I'm going to keep them off, because if I flip these switches, these center two will get powered as well. And they're all set to redstone mode activated. They're also set to keep running on redstone signal. These two are important. This so we can control it with the levers. Actually, I think that may be the default when you first create these. But you do have to turn this on. Otherwise, it's in do a single run and stop. But we want this to keep going. So there the wood has changed. I'm going to grab one. I've got these two filter cards. If we right-click the air with them, and just left-click the item in the inventory, and it adds it up here. And we want this to be whitelisted, which means the only thing that passes this filter is living wood logs. And we're going to toss that right here. So now this is only going to mine the living wood logs, because we don't want it to mine up the pure daisy, which is also in its zone. And we're going to place a drawer above it to catch the results. And we'll set this one up the same way. Take one of these living stone, program it into the filter, and we're set. So if I turn them on, the middle two will harvest the final products once they change, and the outer two will place a new set. And this should work well with acceleration. So if we get, just get two. I think, well, I could just put them, why not put them right here? They won't be affected by the ranges. And, yep, I think that transformed faster. It might even accelerate the mining, but that's fine. Yeah, that would give us plenty, really fast. Now, these things are probably taking a vast amount of power. Maybe not. Looks like they're only taking 7,200. Is that being amplified by... Yeah. So it might be good to move these. We don't really need to accelerate the block breakers. And really, they don't have to be right here. They could have been over there or anywhere. But if we back these off a bit, say to here. Okay, I think they're in range. Whoa! Why is that even faster now? Are they changing? Are these going up? I can't tell because it never shows you the full number. I think they're changing. Why were they changing more with these over here than right on top of them? Strange. If I turn one off and turn both off, yeah, they're doing it. Okay, so they're better over here. And with them on, this is not using as much power, right? Yeah. So those are out of range, but the daisies, I guess, are. Wow. Very fast. All right, we don't need it running. We'll take this down. Whoops. Got out of sync? Might have. I'm just going to turn the whole system off for now, so it's not annoying us with the sounds as we move on to the next step. And I'm going to need, I got 2 stacks, well, don't need 3 stacks, just 2 stacks of each. So we need to make a few things. We need to make some maniples, like so, and we need to make some mana spreaders, like so. Mana pools, mana spreaders. And we need to make, let's see, let's get some petals here. I think it's I need 2 gray, 2 red, and 4 brown. Let me make sure I got that right. Yeah, 2 brown, 1 red, 1 gray, light gray. Come over here and toss these in. And the seeds. It says right-click with an empty hand, and you can place all the petals back in. Still have to do the seeds by hand. This gets us endoflames. I guess I really only need to make 1 because I've already got a bunch made up. So I've actually got an extra one now. So what we're going to do is set up really the 2 things I need Botania for. And that is mana steel, and I still need a few of those food items. The fish, the other types of fish, the sweet berries, and cocoa beans. And this is going to get us those. So I'm going to put down all these guys, and behind them and using a bit of the living wood we can make, and some petals, we can make a wand of the forest. 2 petals and like 6 wood. And I just want to make sure that these 2 petals light up that spawner. And all of these are like that. Because I placed mana spreader. Because I placed the spreader, you want to place the spreaders first or second. The mana pools can be first. They could be last, they could be done at any time. Because these things are just going to aim at whatever's straight in front of them. As long as you place them like I did, so that they're aimed at the bowl. Or you can right-click them with a wand to link them. But you want to put the flowers last, so they will link up automatically to the spreader closest to them. If I were to put the spreader down afterwards, like this. Oh, well, they were already assigned to it here. Whoops. Did not mean to break that one. I wanted to break these 2 and that. Now put down the 2 flowers and the spreader. And if we look, they are not connected to the right spreader. They connected to the closest one when I placed them. But you can link them. Crouch right-click, crouch right-click. Yes, yeah, crouch right-click, crouch right-click. And now they're correctly aimed at the right one. Okay, now we need to feed these endoflames. And what I'm going to do is, I guess I'll just place that there. And I'm going to tell it, don't let me pick up Eternalist fuel, because we're going to be dropping a lot of that. We're dropping it from these 2 links. And underneath, I'm going to crouch right-click. Do I want to crouch? Yeah, I have to crouch right-click. And then I've got to reverse these. Did I do it? I did it too high. Down 1. Yeah, if I right-click, I just open up the crouch right-click. But that makes them aim upwards. I think they will aim downwards if I didn't do that. And will this wrench work? No. This rotates them. What I need is my create wrench. There we go, and whack it. And this arrow that's pointing up now points down. And we want to set them to just drop probably 2. Yeah, 2 is probably fine. They'll get in sync. And then we teach these 2 links to drop Eternalist fuel. They will drop it. And because I'm using brass funnels, and I set them to 2, and they're just 1 block, there's only 1 space block below them, between them and the ground. There's a flower there, but that's fine. They don't have any collision. So when it drops 2 Eternalist fuel, it's going to be in this space directly in front of it. And it can see them still. And it knows there's 2 there already. It doesn't need to drop 2 more. That's why the brass funnels are important here. On my Ars Nouveau method of getting the source gems in the previous episode, I had the brass chutes, which you can set the quantity, but I was using a pressure plate. They were dropping on a pressure plate, and that was jamming it to keep it from dropping more. This one doesn't require a pressure plate. It can see the items itself. And that's good because I can't put a pressure plate there. I've got flowers. I could have moved everything forward 1, put the pools here and the spreaders here and then the 2 flowers and then have a gap in the back with pressure plates, but these work too. Alright, so these are now all getting mana. I want to check it because I had a lot of problems with Botania before I filmed the episode 10 previously. I was having some pools that just weren't filling up, even though they seemed to be zapping them with mana. They weren't filling up. I couldn't pipe any mana out. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't fill a tablet. But this will work. The next step is to make... And let's look up... Botania here. We want this guy, the Runic Altar. And for that we need a mana diamond or a mana pearl, which is just dropping up ender pearl or a diamond into one of these pools once they have enough mana. Which none of them do yet. But that's okay. I've done this before. We don't have to wait. Let's make the... I've lost it now. Everything moved around. I saw it here a moment ago. Jump to the next page? No, it's right here. Don't know why I didn't see it. Alright, got one. And I'm going to place it... There was some string there. I'm going to place it here. Now this spreader is aimed right at it, but the others, as you can see, they're missing it. So I'm going to do the same crouch and click to aim all of them at the table. Alright, let's get rid of this string because I already have some string. I'm going to put this here and put away my wrench for the moment. Go to the next project chest, where I've got some more stuff. First I'm going to put down this, and I'm going to need a stack of this living rock, and I'm going to make it so I cannot pick up living rock if I toss it down. My magnet will not pick it up. I've actually got to get close enough to pick it up normally. That way if I right click it on here, it stays on there and doesn't jump to me with my magnet. Because the next step is to make some runes. And I'm going to shift things around a little bit here. First rune I'm going to make is the Rune of Fire, which is mana steel. Put iron in one of the pools and you get mana steel. Put redstone in one of the pools and you get mana dust, mana powder. And then gunpowder, nether brick, and nether wart. And these will pull from the pools next to them and blast the mana into there. And once you see the lightning, right-click with a stone and right-click with a wand, and you get 2 of the rune. And now I'm going to swap it out. That did not swap out properly. What? Swap. Swap. There we go. Going to make a Rune of Air, which is made the same sort of way. Living rock, and wand. And then the other thing I had in this chest was some slime balls. Because what we're going to do now, get my crafting table out here, we're going to make a basic mana lens. I'm going to make 2 of them here. No. Well, yeah, just 2 of them. Yeah, 2. No, 4. I need 4. And I'm going to take 2 of them with... Actually, it might be easier just to do this in here. 2 of them with my air runes, and 2 of them with my fire runes. And I get these lens of velocity and potency. I'm going to put them in alphabetical order. So potency, velocity, and combine them with some slime. Now these will greatly speed up transfer of mana. And you can slap them on the spreaders and they'll be a little bit faster. And I've gone ahead and made a few more. So let's slap them on all of these. I got 2 extra, the 2 that I made. I'll just toss them in the system. And now we can accelerate. Time to get out some watches. And I'm going to just put them, I guess right here will do. And listen to that roar. Now if I look at these with my wand, let's turn it off for a second. And look at these with my wand. You can see the green bar is filling up, gets about a quarter of the way, and then it goes down. And that's when it sends out a burst of mana to the pool. If I turn on one of these, it looks like it's maxing out with just 1. So I probably don't need the second one. Yeah, I guess 1 is enough here. Whoops. Did not mean to hit the flower with that. Hope that didn't hurt anything. So I'll put that away and look for the Botania spreader. Ah, much quieter. Oh, I should get rid of not the runic altar, End of Flame Botania. Yeah, so whenever they eat some fuel, it won't make the sound. Alright, so that is going to get us lots of mana. And what are we going to do with it? Well, one of the other things we need to do, and I do need to get some pearls. Whoops. Some ender pearls here, and I'm just going to toss them in a pool to get some mana pearls. And I want to make, like I said, I want to get those other fish and the cocoa beans. And to make the cocoa beans, we need this alchemy catalyst, which takes the mana pearl, some living rock, some brewing stands. I need to probably make those. And there we go. Alchemy catalyst. That goes under a mana pool. And I'm going to use this one on the end. You can still sort of see it through the pool. Now that one, let us take the salmon I have. Raw salmon. And if I put 3 salmon in there, I get 3 tropical fish. Okay, I didn't have the salmon yet. Now I do. What does this one do? Okay, it was the cod I had. So if you put the cod in, and it shows you on the tooltip there, you get the salmon. If you put the salmon in, you get the tropical fish. Put the tropical fish, you get the pufferfish. I can now teach all of these to my system. For cocoa beans, it's pumpkin seeds. There we go. We got cocoa beans. And the sweet berries, it's an apple. One of the first things I had in this game. I missed them. There they are. Now I've got all the things I was missing. And I can and did teach them all to my system. Then the last thing we need for Botania is lots of mana steel. We could keep going farther. We could make Terra Steel and then use the Terra Steel to make an Elven Gateway and do other things, but we don't need to. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to get some more of the brass funnels and some, well, I've got these in my system here. Just need 7. So I want to keep the last pool free for other things. We're going to need an item collector. And just one. And a drawer with some upgrades. So the drawer I'm going to place here. An item collector, and that's range is plenty big enough. And gonna place these guys. Oh, come on, get it right. Why do I only have 5? Oh, this picked them up. There we go. And again, place more of these brass funnels on the bottom. Need my wrench back. Make them all downward. And I'm just going to set them to 1. Okay. Now I can take some mana steel and then get a bunch of iron. Make that mana steel so it locks it in and upgrade it. Now I just need to put iron into each of these. Oh, and I need to... Because I was standing on this, it was all going in there. I need to teach this to not pick up iron. Not to let me pick up iron. Now I need to change the range to... There we go. Now I'm not picking it up. I need to get it out of the table here. Alright, so put it in the rest of these. And that sound also needs to go away. Mana pool craft and the funnel flap sound. It's soft, but might as well get rid of it because I saw it there. All right, they should all be dropping the iron ingots. And, oh wow, we've already got 400. 500. And if these things run out of mana, the iron will just sit there until it's full again. Because it's set to 1, and it's the brass funnel, it won't put any more down there until the previous iron, there goes, see? Now they're empty, and as soon as it has enough to make it, it changes it, gets picked up, and it drops a new one. So we'll never lose any iron. So now it's going to go a little slower, because it's not running through the backlog. But that's still ticking up pretty quickly. Alright, so we just let that run, and we will have all of the mana steel we need. Which is, how much is it? Mana Steel, 72. So that'll be like 118,000? 118,000? That number's coming from memory, so if you're playing along at home, calculate it yourself. I'm going to write down 118K, rounding up. And we're a little over 1K. So that was 5 minutes. It'll be done in 2 hours for sure. It'll be done. And we can leave it. And I went through this much faster than previously. And don't think you're being cheated. I didn't do any of this on the previous record either. I mean, I made it here. That was during just my experimentation phase to see how far I wanted to go. Could have made Kikimuru flowers, which produce mana a little faster. But once I had this going with just one of the watches, it was going fast enough that by the time I did everything else, it'd be done. So, yeah, we'll stop there with Botania. Unfortunately, I went through that fast enough. I don't have anything else to do before episode 11 gets going. So, we'll have to call this a very short episode. And you can come back and see episode 11, I hope. That one's fun. We got lots of fun automation in episode 11. I quite like it. Or, well, let me see how long it's been. Let me check the file size under 5 time. And if we've got enough time, maybe we can do one more thing. We'll just do it. What was going to be in 12, I'll pull back here to 10. Yeah. Math. Scheduling. Fun. All right, let's do one more project chest. And we're going to do it inside here. Now, I've already laid out what we're going to do. And I've placed these budding emeralds. These, let's grab one here. They have a recipe, just emeralds around this crystal catalyst. They all have EMC, even though these don't, which is strange. Because usually regular crafting, when everything has EMC, just adds the EMC together, but these don't. Still, these are easy to do. We've got all this stuff. And what we're going to do is just start placing these. And I've already marked out how high I want to go. One more. And this layout is... Got some of these buddings in here while I was getting ready to record. We could go more overboard with how many of these things we've got, but this is good enough. I chose this arrangement because it gives room for the crystals to grow on all the sides. And, well, I need more than that. Emerald. And I just placed these 2 watches here in the center and looked to see how far their range went. And they're going to stop these 2 from budding on one side, but that's fine. What we get in exchange for having those watches there is a whole lot more growth. Alright. So if we left it to its own devices, it'd be pretty slow. But if we turn these on, instant growth. That's a lot of these crystals. And you want to silk touch these, and then you get the full-size emerald cluster, not these little shards, which I'm just going to throw away because I don't need them. I will keep that one, though. And I can put away all of these. So now we just need to harvest them. And these 2 white blocks may give a hint on what I'm going to do. Another builder. I'll add more in here. Where the builder goes doesn't matter too much, but I'll put it right here. I'm going to crouch right-click with the card, which is a silk clearing quarry. That's what you want. Right-click this block, right-click that block, and that captures all of the crystals. So crystals are in range, etc. Pop it in there. We can take this one and teach it only emerald clusters are whitelisted. And we're going to put that in there so it only gets the emerald crystals. And we're going to put a drawer on top, power on one side, lever on the other, and turn it on. And there it goes. And you know, I probably should, I could put a pedestal over here. It's going to make the power drain much faster, but it's probably worth it. Ooh, seizure warning. So how fast is it going up? Well, I won't be able to tell because I actually set this up a few days ago and forgot about it. That's the problem with compact machines. But keep it locked. I've got 26.7 million. Yeah, this goes pretty quickly. I probably won't see that change anytime soon because it would have to go up by 100,000 before the number changes. Or at least 50,000 maybe. If it's close to 75 already. 0.75. But yeah, we probably don't want to wait till that to happen. So, but it's obviously going very quickly. And I'm going to slow it down because, yeah, we got a lot here. And I'm going to just take this with me. And I'm going to put away. I'm going to take that back. Because while we've seen it go nice and fast, like I said, I don't need to run it anymore. There are plenty of other arrangements that would work. Can I get down there and turn these off? Yeah, I might as well take them with me too, I guess. In case there's something else I end up wanting to accelerate. But we'll leave this in here because it's in a compact machine. It's not in the way. And now we will wrap the episode up. Yet another... Oh, I can put it on the wall here. Yet another material we have more than enough of. I will have to look through and see what we want to do next. Couple ideas. Which is really just a couple of things I know we need to do. So they're potential for next episode. Actually, next episode I know what we're doing. We're finishing the foods so we can make the two things that are already here on the board. The stew and the nuggets. But yeah, we don't make those till next episode. Things are so out of order when technical problems get in the way. But at least recording on this computer seems to be working just fine. So we're good to go for the time being. I haven't had any significant crashes here. Except something with OBS interfering with... Oh, hello, dude. OBS causing Minecraft to crash. I wonder if that was my problem before on the other machine. I'll have to check that out. But changing from game capture to screen capture seems to have kept it from crashing. And on this computer, it only crashed when I tabbed out of Minecraft to check to see if I was recording. Yeah, episode 11 had that become a problem. I actually recorded 11 twice. Ugh. So 10 and 11 are both twice now. Oy. But hopefully all that's in the past. So, until next time, which for me was last time, this is Nonsanity signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time.